Make sure my numbers are good to go. What do we got in this class? 24. Perfect. All right. Let me start off with some good news first. When you say vocabulary, a lot of people probably maybe think back in your English classes, you got vocabulary words and you got to memorize the definitions. I do not want you guys to memorize definitions. What I need from you is to draw the diagram. If I give you a vocabulary term, you can draw me a diagram of what we're talking about. All right? So the first one there is a point. I think we've all heard of that before, what a point is. I just want to make sure we can draw a picture of it and be able to write it mathematically. So here you go, point, and then usually what you'll see is a capital letter right next to it. So in this case, that's point P. Okay, point P, and that is how the representation, point P. If you were to talk to me about it, you would tell me, hey, that's point P. All right, not really a big deal. Okay. Now, what happens if we put a bunch of points next to each other? That's a line. Okay? Infinite amount of points. This is where I'm going to start getting specific with you. Here's a line. Arrows on both ends. Arrows on both ends. If you leave the arrows off, it's another type of vocabulary term. If you leave one arrow on and one off, that's another vocabulary term we're going to get into later. All right, so it's got to be both arrows on there. All right, on your line will probably be multiple points. Guys, that's how a line's made up. Take infinite amount of points, put them together, that's what you end up with. So let's throw 3 points on here, A, B, and C. So how do I talk to each other about that line I just drew? How do I name it? How do I write it mathematically? You need, and it's right there in your definition, you need 2 points at least. 2 points on the line. All right? 2 points on the line. So go ahead. Let's give me 2 points on that line. Any 2 points. Order does not matter. 6. What do you got for me, Stell?
1, 3.
What is it?
1, 3.
1, 3.
Wait, what do you mean points? Oh, B.
And? I need 2 points.
A.
Okay, B and A. So already, everyone ready? I could name this. Watch my symbol now. Line. There's this. It's like a small line. That's the symbol. Instead of writing the letters L-I-N-E, that's how I write it in math. Line. What were your 2 letters again?
A, B.
Line, A, B. That's one way you can name it. Another way you can name it. Go ahead, give me 2 points. Yeah.
A and C.
AC, CA. Order doesn't matter as long as there are 2 points on the darn line. There you go. Last way to name a line. Instead of the points, sometimes, especially, excuse me if I could talk, especially in your book, what you're going to see is like a lowercase letter next to one of the arrows. That's the other way you could name the line. So I could also name this line M. Okay, line M. Can you use more than 2 points? Yeah, but minimum you need to. Minimum, 2 points on the line. Everyone all right? How we're writing it symbolically. We're not writing this. I'm not going to accept that. All right, I want the symbol. All right, I want the symbol. Any issues there? Line. Point, line, and then the final one here before we take a break and do some examples is a plane. Planes are interesting because if you look at the definition, you're like, how do you draw that? A surface that extends in all directions. Meaning it just keeps going on forever, everywhere. And it has no thickness. What? All right, here's how we're going to draw. Because there's no way you can draw that. No way. So here's what we're going to draw. A little slanted four-sided figure there. That's awful. Let's try that again. Okay? That's how we're going to draw it. Because we can't draw something that goes on forever, so we'll just take a piece of it and draw it. So that's going to be our plane. All right, how do I name it? You guys just found out how to name a line. How do I name a plane? Well, I have bad news here. There's no symbol for plane. You have to actually write P-L-A-N-E. All right, sorry, there's no plane symbol. Most of the time, you're going to see a capital letter in one of the corners. So I'm just going to put an R here. All right, that's not a point. Notice I didn't put the point next to it, right? That's not a point. That's plain R. All right, now actually let's put some points on the plane now. So let's put point A, point B, point C, point D. All right, let's put some points on. R is not a point. I would have put the little point next to it. Okay, ready? Here's the other way to name a plane other than the capital letter in one of the corners. You can name a plane with 3 points. 3 points, but ready? Those 3 points cannot form a line. Okay, so give me 3 points off my plane right now that do not form a line, and that's another way I can name it. All right, let's see what you got. 3 points that are in the plane, on the plane, that do not form a line. Oh, 12 spot. What do you got, Luke? 3 points that don't form a line.
A, B, D.
Fine. Are there other options? Darn right there are. There's a ton. All right, but ABD is good for me. Does not form a line. Now, could you have given me ACD? No, that looks like it forms a line. Okay, everybody good? So planes, lines, and points. I think it's time for you guys to try out some on your own now. Before you start on this diagram, just let me make one thing clear. You have a plane, right? And everyone sees lines on there. Look at line L on there for me. Everyone see this line? And see how they're starting dash marks? That's because, ready? Line L is not on the plane. Ready? Line L, because it has dash marks, is going through the plane at point R. That's what the dash marks mean. I want to make sure we're all clear on that before I let you go. On the plane, which it's not, that would be this line and that line. Going through the plane when you see the dash marks on the line. Okay, so it's going through. So go ahead, take your time, answer those 3 questions only for me. Answer those 3 questions. Let's see where you are here. A line, and make sure you write it mathematically using the correct symbols. If you got to go back and look, go back and look. So in number 1, I'm asking for a line, so you better use the line symbol and at least 2 points. Or if it's got the lowercase letter next to the arrow, you can use that as well. Here we go. Yes, Romeo.
How do we do the one with Z since there's no other point?
What do you mean, a line containing point Z?
Yeah.
There's another point.
So the dotted line does count for that?
Yeah, that's still a line. The dotted line is just telling you, Romeo, that it's going through the plane.
Okay.
That's still a line, and you can name it at least 2 different ways there.
Okay.
Because you have 2 points, and then you have the lowercase letter up top.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, let's go, kids. Let's see what you got for me here. Give me a line, and again, just because somebody tells me the answer and I write it down and it's correct doesn't mean that's the only one. All right, there's a couple different ways we could name these lines and planes. So number 1, give me a line containing point X. A line containing point X. 17. Emma, what do you have?
Line M.
Line M. That's fine. She chose to do the lowercase letter out near the arrow, line M. If anybody chose to use 2 letters, you could also do line XY, line YR, line XR. Any combination of 2 points on that line. All good? All right, how about give me a line containing point Z now? How about a line containing point Z2? Karen?
Line ZR.
I like it. ZR. Anybody have line L? You could also have that as well. Good job. RZ works the same way. The order doesn't matter. And then finally, how about a plane containing points W and R? Plane, what are you going to tell me here? 20 spot. Addie? B. Plane B is fine. Yep. If you wanted to use points, make sure you give me 3 points that are not on a line. So everyone ready? Y, R, W. Everyone see all 3 points are not on a line. So that would have been a fine way to name the plane. Anything you want to run by me here? Because this next one's going to be probably the most challenging one we do today, where you have to draw the diagram now. Okay, here we go. So what I want you to do, draw me a diagram that fits this description. You got plane Z. You might want to start out right now. Boom, plane Z. How do I draw that, and where's the Z go? It has 3 lines in it. X, W, and Y. X and W meet at V. I'm sorry, X and Y meet at V, and X and W meet at P on the plane. So you're going to have 3 lines on your plane, 2 of which intersect at V, and another 2 intersect at P. Okay, here we go. Do your best. Do your best. Give you a little bit longer to work on this one. Just make sure it fits the description. From a lot of you, I like what I'm seeing. So let's first start off with our plane. Remember, this is what our plane looks like. Since it's Z, Z's got to go in one of my corners. All good? All right, next up, I got line X and Y. So line X. That tells me put the X near one of the arrows. Then you got a line Y that intersects it. Line Y, where do they intersect? At point V. So make sure your line X and Y intersect at point V. And then I got a third line coming in that intersects X and W. So here was X for me. So I get another line coming in, W. And that intersects X at P. So some version of that. And I know, and I walked around, a lot of people had different ones than I have up here, and that's fine. That's fine, just as long as it fits the description. Okay, how we are on points, lines, and planes. Okay, this is, an upper level math course here, so we keep grinding. I got more vocab for you. Any questions on points, lines, and planes? All right, next couple vocab terms to end the day. Slide left. Collinear. Collinear. I cringe when I ask this question every year. Ready? Anybody, what words do you see in the word collinear? What words do you see there? What's up, Emma?
Linear.
Linear, nice. Anybody else want to even take that word linear and scale it down a little bit? Line, yeah, line. Good job. I see the word line. Usually, too, if anybody was thinking, every year I get the word, somebody always chimes in. I see the word ear in that. You do. I can't fault you for that. I know that has so much to do with what we're doing now is an ear. But yes, the word line is on there. And that's key because a collinear means any points on the same line. All points on the same line. So here's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to draw a couple crazy looking lines here. And I'm going to put some points on them. Bless you. There you go. There's my lines and my points on there. And what I'm going to ask somebody is give me 3 points that are collinear in that diagram. I'll ask them, call on a number here in a second. Give me 3 points that are collinear. Ready to go? 3 points, all on the same line. 2, 3. Lucy?
D, C, and E.
D, C, E, I like it. So D, comma, C, comma, E are collinear. All right, good job. D, C, E. And then there's others too. Yes, there's others. Non-collinear? Points? Not on the same line. All right, I'm not going to have you draw a diagram again. I'm just going to say C above. We'll use the same diagram as above. So now what I want, can you give me 3 points that are not on the same line? 3 points that are non-collinear. And I want to make a point here after somebody gives it to me. All right, give me 3 points that are not on the same line. You can do it. 6. Stella, hello?
D, B, F.
D, B, F. I love that you gave those to me, and that's correct. D, B, F are non-collinear. Good job. Now, some of you may be in your head right now saying Stella's incorrect. Because you ready? You're going D, B, F. Wait a second. B and F are on the same line. Doesn't matter. Are all 3? No. So just because 2 of them are doesn't matter. Does not matter. It's got to be all 3. Okay? Everyone see that? B and F, yeah, they're on the same line, but I throw D in there. All 3 are not collinear together. Good? All right, notice that. Just because 2 out of the 3 are doesn't mean squat. All right, we're talking about all 3 of them together. Good job. Done? All right. How's your artistic ability? Because I need you to draw a cube right now for coplanar. Well, collinear was points on the same line. Coplanar, points on the same plane and also lines, because planes have lines on them as well. So at your best ability, I'm not going to be critical, trust me, because I'm the worst when it comes to having art ability. This is about as best as I can do. A cube. And we're going to label all the vertices too. All right, my first question. We just drew a cube. Anybody know how many planes are showing right now? How many different planes do I have right now that form that cube? How many planes?
6.
Everyone agree 6? 1 on the back and front, 1 on the top and the bottom, 1 on the left and the right. So there's 6 planes. Good job, guys. 6 planes. Everyone okay what I mean by 6 planes there? All right, because you're going to be asked that question in a second. Here's what I want right now. Give me 3 points that are on one of those 6 planes, and they'll be coplanar. That's what coplanar means. Take any plane showing and give me points off of that. So I need somebody right now to give me 3 points off one of those 6 planes right now. George?
F, G, and A.
F, G, and A. I like it. That is the plane on the left side. So F, G, A are coplanar because they form that plane on the left. Great job, George. Now I'm going to challenge you even more. Somebody give me 2 lines that are coplanar. Give me 2 lines that are coplanar, meaning give me 2 lines that are on one of those 6 planes. Coplanar. They can be points or they can be lines on the same plane. So somebody give me 2 lines that they think are coplanar. 24, Romeo, going over to you.
G, F,
GF, and GH. That forms the plane in the back. All right, so using our symbols, come on now. Using our symbols from earlier today, GF, and you said GH, right?
Yes.
Yes. And GH are coplanar. Now, if anybody's confused that why are we calling these lines when they don't have arrows, what did we talk about? What's a plane do? Goes infinitely, right? We just don't draw it that way. So yes, these are actual lines. They just go on forever. Questions on coplanar? All right, you guys are to finish class. You got 1 through 4. We'll go over them as a group here in a minute, and then I'm going to let you start your homework assignment. You got plenty of time here. So try 1 through 4 using that diagram to your right. Ooh, a lot of time. Multiple answers here, multiple answers. All right, you ready to roll? So how many points are on this plane? How many points on this plane? 2, 3, Lucy?
5.
5. Good work, good work. 5 planes, great work. Name 3 points that are collinear. So we had to know what collinear meant. Give me 3 points that are collinear. Romeo, back to you.
F, J, and B.
F, J, B. Yep, right here. Good. If anybody else had A, H, B, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Are A, H, J, and D, are they coplanar? And remember, you told me there's 5 planes. All right. Are A, H, J, and D all on the same plane? Are they coplanar? 2. Karen?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go ahead.
They are because they're all around the same plane.
Okay, where's the plane? Ready? A, H, J. So far, so good, right? That's probably this. That's this plane right here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, throw D in the mix.
Oh yeah. No.
Is D on this plane I've highlighted? No, everyone see that? Watch. A, H, J. We're okay. But then all of a sudden I throw D in the mix and it's no good. It's got to be all 4. 3 out of 4 is no good. 2 out of 4. It's got to be all 4. Everyone good on coplanar. All 4 of those bad boys got to be on the same plane, not just 3 of them. So this one's a big no. Point D is not on the plane. It's the outcast, the black sheep. What about BDF? BDF. Are they coplanar? BDF. 2-3. Lucy on fire today.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Everyone sees the plane. Here you go. BDF is that triangle. Oh, yeah. I'm really soaking that in. Is that plane in the back? Okay. Any issues? Anything you want to run by me? Okay. Not optional. Online textbook. If you want to borrow a textbook up here just for the period, that's fine. If you have your own textbook, you can get it out. Here we go. We're going to start the homework out of the textbook. Let's go. You can.